Do you feel like these? Could you tell us a little bit about the characters?
Could I take out what I wrote down?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. These are just beginning things, by the way. So, not too detailed.
Because they were actually really interesting to hear about.
Oh, cool. Sometimes I just think of characters that kind of remind me of things I already think about, so it's like, is this really that interesting?
Mm-hmm. This guy loves to write.
You know, it's not that I love to write. It's kind of boring to actually write.
Really? Then why do you write so much?
Oh, because I like communicating ideas, and it's fun to come up with ideas and tell them to other people.
Okay. That's actually one of my same reasons for everything I do. It's like, especially when you have a good idea and other people really appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So the main character is named Jaden Gray. I really can't... This is me reading a message I sent Harrison, by the way. I really can't work out how he gets himself into that situation. The most I've decided is that a group of intergalactic traveling aliens inadvertently save him from suicide, though it's not initially revealed that that's the reason why he was falling. And he's supposed to be the leader or also the glue of the group.
Okay. So he was trying to kill himself, and then people found him?
Just by chance.
Okay.
Like, abducted him as he was falling.
So he was really upset. This is like, it reminds me, have you ever seen that superheroes, I think it was a movie, but it was in The Incredibles. Like, the guy tried to kill himself, Mr. Incredible saved him, and then he sued the hero.
I think... Oh, yeah. I remember I was so mad at that guy.
Uh-huh. But yeah.
Then he probably got the money and then found a reason to live.
Right. So maybe this character is going to sue. And so the other guy?
Okay, so most of these characters are numbered because I haven't thought of names for them.
Mm-hmm.
So Jaden would be 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 2, some kind of alien.
Mm-hmm.
Despite her emotional pain, she acts as though it doesn't exist, literally sitting there stone-faced with tears streaming down her face, or doing something she doesn't want to do. At one point, she argues with Jaden, saying that him caring for them doesn't make objective sense. He says it does. She asks why. He answers. She asks why. He answers. She asks why. He answers, and so on, until eventually he can't think of a reason. She takes this as proving her point. He then does the same thing with objective fact. This is a quote, by the way. I didn't say this myself. If you cut off a man's head, he dies. Why? Because it kills him. That is the whole answer. Learned exertions into anatomy and philosophy beg only one question. It does not explain why the heart is necessary to life, to say that it is a vital organ. If that makes sense. So,
could you say that again?
Oh, sorry. If you cut off a man's head, he dies. Why? Because it kills him. That is really the whole answer. Learned exertions into anatomy and philosophy only beg the question. It does not explain why the heart is necessary to life, to say that it is a vital organ. So like this, yeah, like the same way he's like, oh well, why do you care about us? Because you mean a lot to me. Why? And then it's like he answers that. He just keeps asking. Mm-hmm. So then he asks the same thing, but with an objective fact. Like if you cut off a man's head, he dies. Why?
It's a really good quote. Like, every time I hear it, it makes me like question things philosophically.
Oh yeah, the guy said it because he was trying to say why his magic that he believed in was valid.
Wait. So he believed in magic?
Yeah, like magic spells.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh well, if you can explain to me why cutting a man's head off makes him die, then how can you tell me that magic doesn't exist?
That doesn't seem like good logic.
I know. He has smarter quotes.
No. It's an interesting quote. I really like the quote,
yeah.
but he.
Well, that's not the whole quote. It's just the
relevant.
Yeah.
Okay. So this second character, she's more depressed.
I don't think depressed is even the right term. Just literally denying that emotions exist because she operates like logically purely.
Okay, so she's dissociative, maybe.
I don't think that. I guess that's closer, but not really. That's the closest you can call it, but I don't think there's much of a label you can put on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like emotions don't exist because they don't make sense. So I'm gonna say they don't exist.
Oh, so she is kind of trying her best to be like a robot.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's better.
Okay.
Okay, so then
Are
there's...
they machines?
Are they machines? No, they're aliens.
So
What do they look like?
That's a good question. I thought yours could. I thought one of them should look like an insect. So
An insect.
So that'd be nasty.
okay, is this Moose?
Huh?
Moose,
What?
his character.
No.
Okay, different one should look like an insect, so it's
Yeah.
nasty,
Yeah.
like really disgusting looking.
Okay, maybe not that. 'Cause...
I'm trying to
No,
understand.
just like so that Jaden would be creeped out by it initially.
Okay, so something that would be like if you walked around a corner and it was there, you'd freak out.
Yeah.
That's honestly anything that looks like an insect and is giant. I don't think you could make a cute looking giant insect.
Yeah.
Also, it's like a fluffy moth.
Yeah. Well, moths are fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are these characters vastly different from one another?
Yes, all different species.
Oh,
So I
How did they get into contact with each other then?
That's what I'm deciding.
Mm-hmm.
I thought of how Jaden appears, which I say at the end. I messaged that I didn't know yet, but then at the end I did.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's number 3. He is a well-respected member of the group, but also very untrusting, though this isn't clear initially. Jaden looks up to him as a symbol of the leader he wants to be, and pictures them becoming good friends. This changes when Jaden sees security camera footage of him speaking expressively to 3 after they ended up walking through opposite ends of the same door at the same time. He sees that just before that, 3 was talking about how he barely trusts Jaden with anything, let alone leading the group. Do I need to clarify anything? Because I thought I might have phrased that poorly.
Why does he feel like this guy is such a good leader?
Well, he has like, well, I haven't thought of that. I mean, I thought just the way he presents himself confidently and,
So he just seems really trustworthy?
yeah, and he expresses himself well.
Okay. And
he's talented.
and you said he doesn't trust Jaden?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Oh, he just, well, he does, because he can't assess his risk.
Oh. So
There's the concept.
Okay. Yeah. So he feels like because Jaden is an unknown, there's no way he can he's uncomfortable with the fact that he's joined into his group.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an interesting relationship to build out.
Okay, hold on. Here's us arguing about how to structure the story.
Yeah.
Here it is. So then there's the 4th one, the alpha monkey of the group. This guy intentionally makes himself come across as goofy and unintelligent, though he ends up surprising people with his skill in serious situations. He also used to be the unofficial leader of the group. His reason for acting unintelligent is not to let on how skilled he is in comparison to the others, whom he has little trust for. Only he and 3 have mutual trust with each other. When 4 is with 3, he acts completely differently. And,
He acts totally differently.
yeah, like, he kind of puts on a front when he's around other people.
But he's honest with the guy.
Yeah,
that's
he's
leading.
genuine.
So it seems like there's an established leader already, and
No, not established, unofficial. Because 4 is like the alpha monkey, right? So,
So he kind of takes over a lot.
yeah, but he's not like an official leader.
Okay. Well, what about 3 though? Because if everybody trusts and respects him,
Well,
so
he's
much,
less of a leader and more of someone people look up to.
okay. But wouldn't the person that everybody looks up to be considered the leader?
Well, that's not to say people don't look up to 4. It's just that 4 is like an id, and 3 is like a superego. Wait, are you familiar with those concepts?
No, not it is like an. I know it's immediate urges, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then superego is like the attempt to control those urges.
Yeah.
Okay. So 4 is the primal like impulse. And,
Yeah.
And 3 is like the calmer.
Yeah.
Okay. So 4 doesn't make a lot of bad decisions then, right? This alpha monkey guy.
Yeah.
And for viewers, just so you know, an alpha monkey in this world is a person who is who may believe that they are a leader, but is in actuality just taking on a primal leadership role while surrounded by their group. So they may take control of the situation once they're a part of it, but they aren't actually working actions that are affecting their group's lives in the long run. They're just providing momentary security for their particular purposes. So alpha monkeys tend to be sort of selfish. They're really directed towards what they want the outcome of the situation to be, rather than what the group's best outcome would be. And I actually considered myself to be someone like this for a while, because I was interacting with a lot of people and bringing them together for various different like events and purposes, but I wasn't really thinking about the good of the people in the long run. I was really just thinking about how we could entertain ourselves the best. And so now we're writing this to kind of talk about the negative aspects of that sort of mentality, and how someone who does have a lot of alpha or strong energy can use that energy to benefit the lives of the people they are regularly in contact with.
Question. Nick, how do you pronounce your character's name? Because Nick contributed a character to this.
Yeah, this guy made a character.
Musk.
Musk? Okay.
Yusaku.
Is this supposed to be a human character?
I assume.
Well, not anymore. If you don't, hopefully you don't mind.
That's fine.
Also, is this a male name?
I assume.
No, is it? I don't know.
Well, not anymore.
I don't know. No, well, I know. I understand. I'm asking from where it originates from. Is it a male-sounding name?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to change that.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just use this for now. Wait,
the two names come from Elon Musk and Yusaku Maezawa.
Who's that?
Maezawa. They're both very rich people.
Okay.
But Yusaku donated a lot of money to Elon Musk to.
Okay, but who? I know who Elon Musk. Who is Yusaku?
Yeah, so I'm not sure
He's someone that sold a fashion company after he's reached the height of his industry.
Okay.
In Japan.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and he, I don't know if you know, but Elon Musk is trying to send a spaceship around the moon and back.
I know he's trying to do several things that are peculiar. Is there a car in the spaceship?
No, that car's already circling the Earth.
It is?
Yeah,
I thought
it's been circling the Earth for like 2 years.
I thought he kind of just left it somewhere.
No. He shot it into space.
I thought he just launched it and it just kept going. Or they brought it back or something.
No, I'm pretty sure it's orbiting the Earth.
Oh,
I mean, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, it's orbiting us.
Okay.
But yeah, so Elon Musk created a project, like it's basically like an interplanetary hotel, right? The goal is for people to be able to go into it and then go around the moon and come back, right?
Are we gonna go?
Maybe. I mean, do you have millions of dollars?
No.
Well, then it might be a little hard.
Well, okay, but I mean, like eventually, when it's like taking the bus.
Yes, we should do that.
Yes. So when we're in our 70s, we're gonna.
In our 70s,
Yeah.
right? Let's try to do it by 40. But anyways, the point is, they were working together to make that happen, and one of Yusaku's biggest he made a big announcement for the whole world to hear, and he basically said, "Hey, I'm looking for my wife." And then he created like a 3-month application process for
I thought he couldn't find her.
No. He's literally he's like rich, and he wants to bring his wife. He wants to bring this woman on the trip. So like go into the around the moon with him on this thing. He's looking for
Like a honeymoon?
Sure, right? But he wants to document it as like a movie and kind of show the moment he found his love, like his true love, right? And I know. And so he and I were talking about how it's very unlikely that he's gonna find someone that isn't a gold digger.
I thought I was about to disagree with you before you said gold digger.
Right. And we were talking about how like Thumoslang would be a really beneficial thing for the guy, because then he could find someone who truly knows how to love him and care for his ideals, like who he really wants to be.
Yeah. Or he could just give them money.
Yeah, but then you don't have a woman, you have...
Okay, but you could pretend they love you.
That's not a good life. That's a life that you're a fake life, you know?
Yeah, but a satisfying lie.
No, it's not satisfying, because at the end of when you're that rich, you know you can buy everything. It doesn't matter if you can buy everything. You don't want things that you can buy, because you can buy anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing devil's advocate.
But so we were talking about all of that, and then the character thing came into mind, and he decided to go with Musk and Yusaku because I don't know, why did you choose those two names?
Because I thought that the first name should be shorter than the last name.
That usually helps.
Yeah, but is that the only reason you chose those two names?
Yes.
Did you think it sounded cool?
No, because I want to use those two names because that's when they appear on the news together.
So for you, it was very convenient?
And historical.
Because
that's when the character was invented.
Oh, okay. So you were looking for like a way for the name to be a reminder of the moment.
Yes.
I see. Cool. And so yeah, that's how he came up with that name.
Cool. Anyway, we have Musk Yusaku, who was not born on Earth and is also not human. Mm-hmm. Hence why we don't even need to mention that she was not born on Earth. Whose galaxy is not even detectable by the best space telescope floating around her home planet. Her name is derived from a language called Jermese. She is so proud of her mother's tongue that she often brags about the fact that the word Jermese itself means mankind. Great lover and optimistic. No wonder why many people believe that she is an optimistic lover of humanity. Mm-hmm. And that's when I thought of it. So I thought that Musk could have made the suggestion, let's bring a human on board. Mm-hmm. And that happened to be Jaden.
Okay, so Musk is the reason that they saved Jaden?
Yes.
Okay. That's actually a really interesting like little plot twist. And so is this character Musk going to be kind of playing the devil's advocate whenever something happens that the rest of the group doesn't like?
I will have to think of more specific things for other characters.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've developed them too much in my head yet.
Okay. Are you planning on doing all the character creation by yourself and then working with people to write the plot, or are you looking to have people help with character creation?
Well, what I'm thinking is usually how I develop characters is I make like an idea of what I want them to be like. But then when it comes to the details of what they're like, I do that through telling as I'm writing the story rather than all at once beforehand.
So that like they can be developed through the story rather than like locking them into certain behaviors?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what, when the situation is occurring, you start to then think about like what the characters might be going through internally and what they might change?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a really interesting way to write.
Also, Nick, if I showed Jerison what the spaceship sketch looks like. Would you be able to edit that sketch into the video?
Yes.
Okay, one second. Where's Norman?